What's up, world? How y'all doing? And I titled this In My Own Mind, and I spelled it like yours. You are mine. You know what I'm saying? In my own mind, meaning me being in you. You know what I'm saying? This God. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't sit up here and lie to you like Missy Garden say, we're going to go to Missy Garden and we're going to talk to Missy Garden. And if anybody looking for me, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be on another page. So I'm not hip to, ain't nobody trying to be my friend enough to come show me how to flip through like Bareem do and put other people on different channels and all that then and your picture pop up on there and then his picture pop up when he talking and then you put the other three people up there and they picture pop up when you talking. I'm not into all that yet because I ain't got no friends in Houston that will call me and say, let's get together, Adam, and let's do this. Bay City and all y'all. I'm looking for friends. I'm talking about friends that I already had that just ain't seen me in a long time, ain't talked to me in a long time. I got an email address. You got it on them videos. Email me. But I'm gonna go to Missy Garden now, you know what I'm saying? And let Missy Garden explain to y'all the same things that I try to explain to y'all. But last about just before I took a trip and took a week off, I flew over with everybody in the whole world. We had took off. We was flying. And we was above the ground. We was above the earth. We was in the sky. And we was blessing places like Midland and Odessa. And we was, putting plants and herbs and seeds and all that there in the places would need to grow vegetables and fruit and all that good stuff, because it's a lot of land out there. And it's a lot. I think that's where I'm going to make Vegas out there, where they put that big plant. I'm going to put a Vegas out there and I'm going to put Vegas 2, Vegas the second. And then here in Lake Jackson, Richwood, Clute, Freeport, all down through Galveston, all the way back through Bay City, Palacios, Port Lavaca, all the way up there to Crystal Beach. Eventually, all that's going to be casinos and all the way down. You're going to just be able to go and do what you want to do all through Texas. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be under God's rule, under Jesus's Christ authority. You know what I'm saying? And Adam is all that. Adam is God. Adam is the first Adam that made himself with God. And Adam is everybody that was made on the sixth day and had to die and come back and live under Adam and Eve's authority because you belong to them. You know what I'm saying? And Eve, you know what I'm saying? And all the women of the world out there that ever dealt with Adam, you are Eve's. You know what I'm saying? But I was in each one of y'all, but I couldn't let each one of y'all be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I did everything my man wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say whether I was a wife, a girlfriend, or a friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say whether I touched him before or just sit up and talked on the phone with him all night long and went and just adored him at the window, just sitting there looking at him through the window. Just Nina Sardinia, Adam. I used to just love when you come to my window and just stand there and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Other people love when friends of theirs would come and just talk. You know what I'm saying? But I knew it couldn't be me and you at first because I'd have never let you go. You know what I'm saying? I'd have tried to keep you all the way to the end because we was too young. That was before you knew Raquel, before you knew Gwen Bell. You know, Jimmy and them was sitting up there trying to watch me and you one night. That's why we wouldn't do nothing. That's why I wasn't gonna do nothing because I felt like I was being watched. You know what I'm saying? At my sister house, Pavone. Yeah, that's what y'all call her, but I never knew no other name, Nina. And if Pavone was a bad name, I was just saying Pavon. You know what I'm saying? Pavone. That's all I was saying. I wasn't calling her no ugly or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And let her know how she doing, you know what I'm saying? I was just calling her a name, you know what I'm saying? Me and Poem now. But man, we had fun in Bay City. Michael Moore, Demetri Moore, shoes. They stayed over there on the corner. Not really a corner. They stayed in the house before the lot. You know what I'm saying? Then Michael Moore and them stayed on the other side of the lot. Their garage was facing the lot. You know what I'm saying? Where we played football at. It's probably a house there now. Gotta be something. Because that's a long time. That's a lot of years to not have nothing. And then the little church Uncle Richard go to. The reason that church so small and don't nobody go, because, man, you be judging people, man. You preached my grandmother's funeral, and, man, I was so mad at you, man, for judging at my grandmother's funeral, but I kept it to myself. I didn't tell nobody how I felt. But, man, you was judging and accusing at my grandmother's funeral, man. That was the devil, not God. And I was so mad. I said, now, Mama dear, you was judging Uncle Peck too, though. You know what I'm saying? You never could forgive Uncle Peck for them women he messed over you with. You know what I'm saying? And it was some things that y'all was arguing about. I'm pretty sure he'll be telling you he don't want to forgive you for some of them things you did to him, like whooping him when he was drunk. I remember watching you do that one. And you wasn't whooping him light, you was whooping him hard. He should have felt every lick of those. Shoot. He was just passed out drunk. Fell off the bed and you whooped his behind. Now, Mama dear, you know what I'm saying. Now, how you think I would have felt if I had a wife that had done that to me? You know what I'm saying? And Raquel was so nice. You know what I'm saying? She used to help me put my clothes on and stuff like that so I can get up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? So did Nita. You know what I'm saying? And Diane, she was a wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say she was just all evil, but she did have more evil than the rest of them. But all of them had their own rightful evil. You know what I'm saying? And the girls that I just went with and had time with, man, Kawanda, I'm sorry that I had to be that kind of nigga I was. Interior Owens, I'm sorry I was that kind of nigga I was with you. Gwen, I'm sorry I gave you away. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta worry about how John feel about me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm God, John. I ain't trying to take your woman. You just a John from the Bible. You should understand. You walked away when I called her name out and she had to walk up to me. And you turned away and you walked off. If you really want to stand there and listen, I'm pretty sure you could have stood there and she could have said what she said. But she came there just to see where she stood with me. And she was already talking to you. So I had already made up my mind as God. I wanted to see what Adam was going to think. So I set it up. You know what I'm saying? And Gwen Bell walked right past Adam at the game when he came from the army. And then it was right there where we gonna see what happened. I ain't gonna tell y'all the movie, but I asked her a question, and she asked me a question first, and then I answered her question by just simply saying, "Go on, get it." You know what I'm saying? And Go on catch him or go on get him. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't going to, try to compete in that. You know what I'm saying? When I had a little boy in the world, you know what I'm saying? And when I brought the boy in the world, I couldn't leave Jeremy and his mama with me having a kid and a woman. So I took it as myself to give away the first woman, because actually Gwen was the first woman before Raquel. You know what I'm saying? But Raquel got pregnant, so I had to do my manly responsibilities. When I got 18, I did my manly responsibility by moving out the house. I didn't stay like Sugar Man did and raise up the phone bill so high. Mama did have to have the number that she raised me up with changed. That's how bad my brother was off, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't no telling what kind of mess he was in Victoria to make a boy kill him, you know what I'm saying? And that boy fighting for his life now. Because now he need my help. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't know that Sugar Man was my brother. You know what I'm saying? And if you did and you was going to kill him, then you killed him because of me. Now, I want to hear that part of the movie. Everybody that was there when Sugar Man and his woman was arguing, and the boy and his friend was arguing with them, and he ended up getting Sugar Man shot in the head in Victoria, Texas, some years back. Now, I really want to know that this God, and I really want to know what happened to my brother that day from the dude that's in prison. I'm talking about, I want the truth. If it was over $60, nigga, I want the truth. I don't want to hear you say, no excuse. All I want to hear is the story so I can put it down in my movie of why Sugar Man got killed in Victoria. Somebody know the whole story in Victoria. And it's another story going on in Victoria with Gwen Bell and her husband. You know what I'm saying? Listening to God. And man, hey man, you and Gwen have a good life. You know what I'm saying? I'm still God. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted y'all to know. But I always want her to know that she was my first choice. If she'd have got pregnant, I'd have never, left. You know what I'm saying? I never gave you away if you had a child of mine, like some niggas did. You know what I'm saying? And you could ask the women of my life, the ones I did marry, that had the kids with me. I don't never give up on my kids. I gotta stay in contact with my kids. I'm talking about from the grandkids on up to the grown-ups. I can't never lose contact with my kids. Diamond, that's a little bit too far gone for you. You need to move on back to Texas. And I need to really think about moving to Louisville if y'all gonna be set in y'all's ways and don't want to move down here from Louisville. And boy, I wish I can show y'all a picture of my father-in-law Neil and my father-in-law Good Time and my father-in-law Junior Boone. And I can't show you my father-in-law Stosey because I don't have his picture with me or nothing, and I don't have a remembrance of him. All I remember is my brother-in-law Stosey. And Stosey, I'm talking to you and Larry and the other brother-in-laws, you know what I'm saying? I never really got to know y'all because me and Diane really wasn't, that close to where I was really in the family, you know what I'm saying? Especially as when I became God, you know what I'm saying? And I think y'all pretty much knew that when I met Diane at the plant. And niggas was already plotting on trying to get the woman from me when I met the woman. The same old nigga was working in the plant then when I met her was the same old nigga that I ended it with. But anybody cross to me, you gotta come see me. You know what I'm saying? On your knee. And I'll forgive you. Ask the dude that came in my room stealing from me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wanted to see was I was gonna forgive him. You know what I'm saying? From stealing from me. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole plot to that situation there, that episode, God. What was Adam gonna do when he in a room with a man stealing all his clothes all the time? What Adam gonna do then? Is he gonna judge him? Or is he gonna love him? Or is he just gonna hold to the point that he is God and he gonna punish him? He punished him with his own self. His own self was punishing him. Because the devil can't walk in no room with God. No, if the devil try to walk in my room, the devil gonna see all kinds of snakes and all kinds of animals coming at him, he can't come in there unless I let him in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let him in. But I'm gonna have him scared of the motherfucker. He ain't gonna be able to just go to sleep next to me. You know what I'm saying? Because he know I'm God. And when I'm asleep, I'm working on a nigga. I'm really working on a nigga then. But come on, Missy Sue Garden. Crossing the bridge of promise. Important and an exciting prophetic word by Missy Garden. Y'all look for that. It's Missy Sue Garden.
Missy Garden here. And today I have a word for you from the Lord. I'm going to read it. I've typed it all out for you guys. And if you want to have a copy of today's word, that's the reason I've typed it up, so that I can put it on my website and you guys can have a copy if you so wish. So if you head on over to missygordon.com, on the home page you're going to see it's set up like a blog, you know, and you're going to see the title, Crossing the Bridge of Promise, and that's what today's word is about. But first let me fix my, crazy hair here. Alright, so last night I was up like all night. I'm very tired, but I was interceding and God was speaking to me. I was finishing this up for you guys. He had spoken this to me yesterday. Usually when the Lord gives me a word, I let it kind of marinate for a little bit, see if he has anything else he wants to add. And something did actually happen to me last night. It was a little after 3 a.m. this morning that I heard a voice, and it wasn't just because I was delirious from lack of sleep. I'm sharing this because the way the Lord speaks to me and has always spoken to me is very much through prophecy, and also through visions, dreams, things like that. So when I hear an audible voice, it's more of a rarity. So that's why I'm sharing it today, because I'm like, wow, this is some crazy stuff going down in the body of Christ right now. People.
That's what I'm talking about. It's some crazy stuff going on, Missy. It's some crazy stuff going on in the body of Christ. And Missy from Bay City, you know who you is. Adam Jackson's gal, one of them, you know what I'm saying? But you belong to somebody else now. Don't be tripping with me. But you know who your man is, and you know who my lady is. One of them, because I can't say who my best. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no best. All y'all was my girls at one time, And when I was in Germany, I was in the hands of Britta, Bettina, goddamn Deanie, and the prostitute. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have but one of them, but I ain't pay for none either. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I had a woman that was a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really getting in the strip clubs and stuff like that because me and my friends, we really didn't mess with nobody we wasn't going to be trying to have a relationship with. We was trying to have relationships. I'm talking about, I don't know why, man, but then even if I was going to run 3 or 4 women, I was trying to have relationships with all 3 or 4 women. And that's what James Price was trying to tell me about my daddy. He was trying to tell me that my daddy loved all his women. You know what I'm saying? And that was his problem. But then I couldn't ever see that as being a problem because I knew the woman I had at home as a wife, I loved. The woman I was out there running with, I loved. The one I was out there running back and forth to Tennessee with, Nashville, I loved. The woman I was thinking about in Germany all the time, I loved. All 3 of them or 4 of them, and then 5 of them, 6 or 7 of them shoes. I can't even name, can't even call it. But I said my body count was 36 when I left, but it wasn't really 36. It was something like 10. You know what I'm saying? But I loved all of them except for the one that made an agreement with me when I got the phone number from the Spanish dude, and I knew I wasn't trying to have a relationship with something he had. Yeah. And I wasn't trying to have a relationship with what he had. Yeah. You calling me? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Hey, y'all. I'm gonna let Missy play.
Are going to be experiencing what this word is all about, and I'm going to get to it, but the voice spoke to me and said, "You're almost there," and it was literally audible. It was kind of like I heard it in a wind, and like I said, no funny business. I'm not a wacko. I base every single thing that I say on this channel on the Word of God. I have been raised on the Word of God. I've been in ministry for 10 years. So, I know that you guys don't all know me, but I do want to say that just as kind of a disclaimer. At first, I didn't really like that the Lord called me to this ministry. I wanted to be an intellectual. I wanted to be a writer. And I am still doing all that, but it's just really what I'm saying here is I want you guys to know this is God. And I wouldn't have chosen it for myself. I would much rather people look at me and be like, wow, Missy, she's that Missy. She's just brilliant. She has a brilliant mind. And instead, you know what people do? They laugh at me. So I'm putting myself out on the internet for you guys. The Lord has called me to do this. He's called me to speak these things. The foolish things of the world confound the wise anyway. So I'm saying that because I want you guys to trust me. I want you to know I'm a reputable source. So when I say an angel came into my room and he came in a wind and he spoke to me and said, "You're almost there," right after the Lord had finished speaking to me about this word, I just want you to know, all right? I wouldn't be sharing this if I didn't believe that people needed to hear it. So that was a much longer preface than I intended, but I'm going to read this word to you guys, and I would suggest just grabbing some coffee, tea, water, whatever you drink, and just listening in, because the Lord's going to speak to you through this, and I pray that you do, Lord. I know that you've prepped me to speak this word, and I ask that as people are listening today, that their hearts are pierced by you, Holy Spirit,
But let me tell y'all, man, let me finish up what I was saying. You know, the Mexican dude left me a number, you know, to this girl. So I called the girl up and she wasn't even my type, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say she was ugly or nothing, but she wasn't my type of woman when I met her because I was just meeting somebody that he used to talk to before he left. And when I first got there, she told me straight up when I met her that I'm only a woman that's trying to marry a man so that I can leave him when I get to the States. I mean, get a brown card and then leave him when I get to the States. And she told me that, so I would have been a fool for staying with her after that little one night stand to take care of whatever I needed and whatever she needed and to have fun together that night and talk and do whatever we did and had fun too. But all she wanted was a brown card and to come back to the United States, and she let me know that. And then my boy, one of my boys, me and him went out together one night, and we went, and I was supposed to meet a friend of his girlfriend's, his fiance, because he had a lot of problems getting to be with this girl, and he know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. That's one of my best friends, though. I would never hurt him by saying his name, but me and old goddamn, I want to say that nigga name so bad, but I don't want to put his name on blast. You know who I'm talking to, nigga. Your name sound like money, nigga. That was one of my best friends. And I had another one of you just like that last name. I had one in Bay City too. So anybody know money and what stuff costs, you know these niggas two last names. So it's the something tag. That's what them niggas last names was. But anyway, this nigga, and he looked just like my friends at home too. That's the way my shit was. My best friends that I ran with looked just like me. You know what I'm saying? And they was just like me, whether they was chubby or skinny or tall or whatever, they was just like me. They was just like they came from Bay City, Texas. They always called me Tex. You know what I'm saying? When I was away from home, you know, in Germany or Nashville, or, you know, they called me Tex. You know what I'm saying? And I had a cousin named Tex, and he got his nickname from being in New York. They called him Tex. You know what I'm saying? So his family called him Tex. Jerome them called him Tex. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's the way I was. You know, the Spanish dude gave me a little lick. You know what I'm saying? I bit on it. You know what I'm saying? Called the girl up. She talked to me, and we became friends for, you know, about 3 days. I went and visited her on the weekend and had a good time with her that weekend. And then after that, you know, I left it alone. You know, I didn't go back to it. But then when I met Bettina, that was... Oh man, I was head over heels about that one. And then I had to get another one. Got Britta. Then I'm trying to run 2 women down there. Then I'm running Britta too long. Then when I get back to Bettina, I look over my head and some other nigga she writing a letter to some other nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that just let me know, man, I ain't trying to, you know, be tripping with you know what I'm saying, down here. You know, I know I'm just playing, so I ain't never really get on her too much about that. I did let her know how I felt about it, though. And then I just kind of stuck with Britta then till the end of the time I was getting ready to leave, and she really didn't want to be with me all the way till I left because I think she had got pregnant. So I just wanted to leave, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to leave. So them boys ought to be around the same age, Adam, around the same age. I think Jeremy might be a little older than one of them. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I say one of them, you know what I'm saying? Because you got a couple of them over here. This Germany talking to you. But and Adam LaTroy Jackson, your name. They went to your company and got your information. And we pay for them kids. The government do. War babies, Adam. War babies. Come on, Missy.
Yep, there it is. I just see him opening up hearts to receive what he's going to say today. Thank you, Lord. We invite you. We invite you. We ask you to speak to each one of us today, individually, so that as I'm reading this word, Holy Spirit, it applies perfectly to each and every person. How? I don't know, but that's what you do. You're in that business, Holy Spirit. That's your business. You're in the people business. You're in the miraculous, the business of the supernatural and miraculous. You can do anything. I know that you're going to speak to, multiple people through this, and I pray that it's even more than multiple. I pray that it's one of the biggest videos that I've done so far, because I want people to hear this, to hear what you're saying, God. I don't care about fame, Lord. Don't care. Don't care. But what I do want, friends, is I want this to be shared. So if you have anybody that needs to hear this, please share it with them. And also share it on your social media. So I thank you guys. And without further ado, I apologize for the long preface. I just wanted you to know my heart a little bit. And now let's get into today's word, entitled Crossing the Bridge of Promise. Hold on. Hold tightly to me. As it is written, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Matthew 18:18. Do you see what this means? It's up to you in this time to bring forth the very things that you have been believing for. It is by your faith that you will come into the promises that I myself have given you. Do not be afraid to step out in the ways that I have asked you to step out. Do not be as disobedient children, but obedient. Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but wise. Ephesians 5:15. Many of you are going to have to take the leap of faith required. Think of it this way. The fulfillment of your promise is like walking across a bridge from one side to the other. For many of you, this is how things look in the spirit. You have taken the steps of faith to begin to cross this bridge, but now you're towards the end of the bridge, about to cross to the other side. To your surprise, there are a few panels missing towards the end. Do you see what he's saying? I'm going to insert a picture of the kind of bridge that he's showing here. So you're walking across this bridge. It's kind of a scary bridge to begin with. You're rocking back and forth. You look down. There's thousands of feet below you. You're gonna fall to your death if you fall. And you finally get towards the end, and then there's just enough panels missing that you can't cross. You can't get over. That's the image the Lord's showing us here. For many, this has caused panic. This is an analogy. The bridge is an analogy, And some of you say, Lord, I thought I heard you correctly. Why is the bridge dangerous? Why am I not able to cross to the other side? And this is where you must have faith. Many will say, Lord, have I not had faith enough? I've given up so many things. I've changed my ways. I've changed my patterns. I've left homes, families, lands. And I will say, as it is written, everyone who has left houses, or brothers, or sisters, or father, or mother, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, will receive 100-fold and will inherit eternal life. Matthew 19:29. This next step of faith is not like the first. This next step of faith requires something supernatural, says the Lord. You cannot cross this bridge without me. Before, you used the amount of faith you had simply to begin the journey. But now, you're faced with the bridge of promise. And it's missing panels. So you're saying, Lord, what do I do next? What do I do next? Lord, I can just hear you guys saying it. Lord, what do I do next? And this is what the Lord has to say to that. Stand on the bridge waiting. And I will tell you what must be done, says the Lord. Stand in faith. Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Exodus 14:13. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Some will say, Lord, I don't like this anymore. And some will turn back, going home to their old ways. But these do not see. It's my heart, man. These do not see that there is no back. The old is gone. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Just as it was for Lot's wife, so it will be for many of those who turn back. As it is written, no one, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God. Luke 9:62. I know it's scary. That's why it takes faith. I will fill in the gaps. I will bring supernatural resources. I will bring healing. I will bring wholeness to the mind. I will give you everything that will be needed for the journey. So do not fear, but wait, knowing that the only way you will ever truly get to the other side is with my help. You will be able to cross this bridge, but not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Zechariah 4:6. This is the season of the great unveiling. I'm going to link that video down below. That was the last prophetic word the Lord gave. So listen to that one too, because they go together. This is the season of the great unveiling. And you will find yourselves coming into places that you didn't even imagine were possible for you. You will see yourselves coming into fortunes and gifts and callings and missions. You will see yourselves acting in ways that you didn't think you would ever act. I can attest to that. I'm telling you that. You will act in ways that you didn't think you would ever act. Saying things that you didn't think you would ever say, and accomplishing more than you ever dreamed possible. Thank you, Father. This is the time of the joining together. And you will see the church joining in strength because the time is now. God is being revealed on a new level, because that's what it will take in this generation.
Now, to the girl, I forgot your name, the one that was always in somebody's room and stuff and doing stuff. If you watching me right now, I hope you know that I am your father, like I told you in the hospital. But don't search for that right man until you know that that is a man just like your father. And that man has to treat you like Christ would treat you. You know what I'm saying? Equal to everybody that he deal with. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll find that right man. You know what I'm saying? A Christ-like man is a man that's a sinner, but he don't kill, steal, or destroy, or cheat on you. Now, if he get another woman, he gonna introduce you to the other woman. And he gonna let you know that other woman, and that other woman gonna know you. And if you got kids and you get another woman, you know that other woman gotta go through the baby mama to even talk to them kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that's confusion. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the daddy is that good that he bring you around the kids, don't act like you want to talk about their mama, because you can't talk about their mama. You know what I'm saying? That's not womanly like. You know what I'm saying? You never talk about the baby mama or the other woman to the man. You know what I'm saying? Because the man love all his women. He love you, don't he? He's spending time with you. So if you getting time with a man that's got a woman already, then he love you just as much as he loved them. And it's not that he don't love them, that he got another woman. It's just that a man's nature is just to be a man. And a woman, sometimes her nature is just to be a woman. And you got to understand women when they tell you the truth. Just like that woman told me the truth. It was just a one night stand for me, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a woman want me and she want my time and she want me to spend time with her, because money, I'm going to get that to everybody anyway. So I ain't in here offering no woman no money. You know what I'm saying? I'm offering love. You know what I'm saying? Love is who I am. That's who I am. Missy Sue Garden. Ask Missy from Bay City. Love is who I am. Ask Brenda. Ask Lisa Williams. Ask any of them women I dealt with. Veronica almost said something messed up, but Veronica Lewis, ask them about me when I seen her sitting up there at that desk at that hotel wearing them glasses. Now, you know I had to holler at that. Well, I'm a sucker for women that like to work and they, dressed up professionally in dresses and stuff. I'm a sucker for y'all. I'm a real sucker for women that go to work dressed nice and some nice jeans and stuff, or a nice jumpsuit. I'm a sucker for good looking women. But I'm just a thug, baby. I'm a thug. I'm sagging like them youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I'm sagging because my belt ain't right. I'm used to wearing 44 clothes. But then when you thugging, you know what I'm saying, you automatically lose weight, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you leave a woman, oh man, you got to get over that woman. So that's the time you take to lose the weight. You can eat all you want. But when you thinking about, you left that woman and you not thinking about going back, but you in a position now that you by yourself and now you're a player again. You know what I'm saying? And you getting yourself right for playing, you know what I'm saying? watching the right stuff, doing the right stuff, listening to the right music, you know what I'm saying? You laying it down, you know what I'm saying? Because you got these women on your mind, you know what I'm saying? And these women got you on their mind when they single and you single. Shit. You know, man, this world a trip, you know what I'm saying? But then, man, when you get that right woman pull up and say, boy, you still single? Oh, man. And you say, yeah, girl, you got some time. Can you give me a ride to the store? I ain't got no car. Give me a ride to Rolls Royce car lot. I got to tell them who God is and tell them what kind of car I want. You know what I'm saying? And I should have already told them because I want diamonds, not just glitter, but diamonds in my white paint. You know what I'm saying? Make that for me, Rolls Royce. And I want it to be called heaven. You know what I'm saying? I want a photo, big photo, and I want to call it heaven. So the next Rolls Royce y'all make sure it's called heaven for daddy. Daddy's edition. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the only one riding in that. I'm the only one riding in that. Me and a few chosen ladies. Daddy's edition. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Missy.
As it is written, where sin abounded, grace abounded much more. Romans 5:20. So I come with grace. I come with a brighter light in this generation in order to overpower the darkness that is in the world. So instead of focusing on all that is dark, allow for yourselves to be part of the solution. Be a light, as I am a light. As it is written, you are the light of the world. Matthew 5:14. Tell your family, tell your friends what I've done for you, and continue to let your light shine even when you don't want to go any further. I will give you strength. I will give you power. I will make you stable in your heart and in your mind, says the Lord. Fear not, for I am with you.
Always remember that, Miss. But I'm going to get off this thing now, man, and I'm going to holler at all y'all a little bit later. And you know what I'm saying? God love you, and I always will. Never will I leave anybody that want to change their heart to make their heart like mine. I'm going to get off this thing, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.